We continue our college football game day preseason special by sitting down with maybe the most interesting man in the Oregon football program. If you've had a conversation with Nick Aliotti, you know how much of a joy that can be. If you haven't, you're missing out. Erik Elken sat down with the longtime Oregon defensive coordinator.
What do you like about this unit coming into the season?
What I really like is we have a veteran defensive line, and our secondary, after John Boyette got hurt, is all back. And our outside backers, both Seiko Lacumbo and Tony Washington and Tyson Coleman and Christian French all got a lot of playing time. So really, I'll say at 8 positions, we have a returning starter.
Since Chip came here and really ran this high up-tempo offense, and time of possession was something that people would look at and think was a big deal, and obviously it wasn't for you guys, but the opposite side of that was obviously that meant that your defense is out there on the field a ton. Have you had to change your coaching style because of that?
Absolutely. We play more guys now, and we really work hard during practice on running to the ball. It's an interesting thing that, you know, we've probably in the last 5, 6 years maybe close to last in time of possession, which means we've been on the field probably more than almost any team in the United States of America. I'm serious. Yet we've won 65 games. So there's a lot of things being done right, both offensively, defensively, and special teams.
What do you miss most about Chip?
He's funny, you know? He's funny. A lot of people didn't get to know that side of him, but he was a fun guy. 99.9% of the times he was upbeat. Come in the morning, loud music be blaring, just like we have out in the field. He was very good to me. Never said one word on the headset in the 4 years he was the head coach and I was the coordinator. Never came into a defensive meeting. And I wish him nothing but the best.
We're sitting in this state-of-the-art Hatfield-Dowling complex. Take me back to when you were a graduate assistant here back in the late 70s, when you were at Oregon State up in Corvallis in the early 80s. Could you have ever imagined something like this in Eugene?
I'd probably have to say no. When I first got here, our offices, which were 4 coaches on offense and 4 coaches on defense, were in the same room with partitions in Mac Court, across from the cemetery. That wasn't a really appealing place to bring in recruits and stuff, and it wasn't really conducive to doing your work. This place that we have now, this Mashofsky Center, the KEZI Center, the expanded football stadium, and now this wonderful building was just a gravel parking lot for the games. I mean, there was nothing here. In fact, we used to have to walk across the street to practice, and we weren't very good. So in my wildest dreams, having coached in 5 decades at Oregon, to see this, how we've morphed, this metamorphosis, or this beautiful butterfly that we've become, is kind of cool, exciting, but by the same token, coming from humble beginnings and not having anything and still going to the Rose Bowl in '94 under Rich Brooks, I hope that we truly realize what special things we have now and that it doesn't change the culture.
I know you guys are always focused on win the day and what's in front of you and a big season ahead of you guys this year, but I wanted to ask you a little bit about your future too, because your name's come up in head coaching vacancies from time to time, and you've expressed some interest in doing that. Do you feel that window for you is still open, or is that closed?
You never know, okay? You never know. I think as I'm closer to 60, that to be realistic, I think really they look for younger guys. That's not an excuse. That's just my gut feeling. And I wouldn't take a head coaching job just to be a head coach. I'd have to say that I'm probably going to end my career here in Eugene, unless something unbelievable happens. I pretty much started here, with the exception of UC Davis, where I went to school, and I've seen a lot of changes here, and it's pretty much going to end here.